Hey guys, what is up? This is Mr. A. Crizzy here, and in today's movie review, this is going to be a movie review on this really old film released in 1971, and that, of course, is The French Connection. The French Connection is directed by William Friedkin, or Friedkin, yeah. And so, it's about a New York City detective known as Popeye, played by the late Gene Hackman, and his partner as they go on an investigation on a French drug ring shipping into the United States. And it's basically about these two New York City cops and detectives that are trying to investigate like a huge heroin, heroin shipment coming from France. And of course that's coming from France to the United States. And so Popeye has to do whatever he can to try and solve the investigation. And yeah. So throughout all these years, I've known a lot about this movie for so many years, but even before watching it for the first time. And after watching it, this movie was actually really good. I actually really enjoyed this movie. And yeah, and this movie also won an Academy Award for Best Picture of 1971. And yeah, and I can easily say this is definitely one of the best Academy Award winners for Best Picture that I've ever seen. Yeah, because this movie was like really good and probably like one of the best films to ever come out during the 1970s, and definitely one of Gene Hackman's best movies as well. Because I did like how the story was played out, almost like an action thriller film, like neo-noir action thriller, and I gotta say, the action sequences involving the gunshots, and also these police car chases here and there, they were really entertaining, and I can easily say this is like one of Gene Hackman's best films that I ever watched. And I gotta say, Gene Hackman's performance was also really good in this film too. Because I gotta say, Gene Hackman does a real great job playing Popeye in this movie. And yeah, his real name is Jimmy, of course. So like in the movie, his real name is Jimmy, but of course he goes by Popeye in this film. And yeah. And yeah, and I gotta say the setting itself is also really unique too, and like how many movies that takes place in New York City. But it's actually very unique when you think about it, like for the time being when this movie first came out in like the early 70s, like 1971. And I gotta say, the sound designs on the gunshots and the car chases and the police chases, the sound design was actually really good too. Yeah. But there was actually this one scene in the movie which was also featured in the Tom Hanks movie Big. Like when Josh was watching the movie while eating Oreos in the hotel room during that scene in the Tom Hanks movie Big, where Josh was watching The French Connection. It's actually this scene involving a mother getting shot by one of the bad guys, and I think Popeye, he basically like hides behind a tree, and the sound of a baby crying is heard in the background. But you know what, guys? But you know what's very interesting about that crying sound effect that was used for this movie? That baby crying sound effect was later reused in the Blue Sky animated film Ice Age. Yeah, because when I heard that baby crying sound effect, it made me think of that scene in Ice Age, like Rush and the baby crying in the first Ice Age, and yeah, because I did recognize that crying sound effect. And when I did some research on the sound effect, it was actually called the 20th Century Fox baby crying sound effect I think the reason why it's called the 20th Century Fox baby crying sound effect is because The French Connection and Ice Age are both from 20th Century Fox, and that crying sound effect is rarely used. And as far as I know, it's only been used in those two movies I just mentioned. And of course, it was reused. Technically it was kind of reused in Big, but that was like I said when Josh was watching the movie. But that aside, I had a lot of enjoyment in this film, and I don't think I can ever think of a single flaw I have with this movie, because I can say this is definitely like one of the best perfect films that I ever watched, and it's definitely a classic, a masterpiece classic for sure. And yeah, I'm also doing this review after watching it. I'm also doing this review to dedicate this review in loving memory to the late Gene Hackman, because it's just excuse me, because in case some of you guys haven't heard about the sad news that's been going on, but also very strange news about what happened to Gene Hackman recently. It's pretty sad when you think about it, and that Gene Hackman's no longer with us. But 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 news reports say that Gene Hackman passed away back in February, he and his wife and dog, they passed away on February 17th, until their bodies were found on the 26th, when it was confirmed that Gene Hackman passed away. I mean, it is kind of weird, strange news when you think about it, about what happened to Gene Hackman, while at the same time it's pretty sad that Gene Hackman's no longer with us. Yeah. Rest in peace, Gene Hackman, along with his wife and dog. Yeah. But yeah, so overall, The French Connection is a masterpiece classic, and if any of you guys out there have not seen it, I highly recommend it. It's basically like one of those movies where you should watch at least once. So overall, I'm gonna give The French Connection 5 out of 5 stars. I loved it. Oh yeah, and before I end this review, I just want to let you all know that my best friend Justin he I know he's not really that big on Gene Hackman's work. Although the only film that has Gene Hackman in it that my friend Justin likes is the DreamWorks animated film Ants. Because Gene Hackman was the General Ant from Ants, like General Mandible. So Ants is pretty much the only movie that Justin likes that has Gene Hackman in it. Like, his only time doing a voiceover. And as for Woody Allen, who played Z from Ants, that Ants is also another movie that Justin likes from Woody Allen. Like, I know he's not really that big on Woody Allen either, not even his film work, but of course he also likes Woody Allen and Ants, but also when he directed Melinda with Will Ferrell. Yeah. So there you have it. Alright guys, so that's going to be it for my movie review on The French Connection. And that's going to be it for this video, so make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. And as always, thanks for watching, and until next time, this is Mr. A. Crizzy saying, goodbye everybody, and that's about it.